As a new employee, there are a lot of administrative items that must be addressed concerning your employment with your new employer. You will need to complete material for payroll. You will need to receive an employer's handbook and other vital documents. In addition, you will want to review, examine, and select your insurance benefits. Employee Navigator will be the means to simplify this process for you. This video is a demonstration on how to use Employee Navigator as a new hire. The first thing that you'll receive as a new employee is a welcome from Employee Navigator. Here is an example of the email that you will be receiving. Contained in this email is a highlighted registration link that you will need to complete to start the process. After you click on the highlighted registration link, you'll be asked to provide information specific to you. So let me demonstrate how the system works for a new employee. So once you receive this email, you will click on the registration link. All right, clicking on. Now it takes me to this link. Now you are going to select your username and password. You will then enter the last 4 digits of your Social Security, agree with the items. After that has been entered, you will be greeted by a welcome page. After reviewing the welcome page, you will then be greeted by an electronic signature consent page. Since this is a cloud-based system, we will not be collecting physical signatures. We will be utilizing electronic signatures. Therefore, you have to agree to this. Have read it, said I'm going to agree. Go on to the next page. Now your employer had only put basic information in the system, for they want you to complete the material to, that way they are able to ensure that the materials will be sent to the proper address. Okay, bear with me. Now the system is set up so that if you do not fill in required information, then you will not be able to proceed to the next page. What we are now going to be doing is completing material related to payroll. The first aspect will be concerning employment verification. From this, in this example, we are stating that we are a citizen of the United States and that we are going to utilize our passport as an example or the basis for our status as a United States citizen. Or if you don't want to utilize that or do not have a passport, you can use other means such as driver's license, voter's registration card, military ID, those examples. You will be asked to provide copies of this. So if you have the material, you can scan that and just add that in here. We've added it. Now allow us to go on to the next page. The next page will state how we wish to have our taxes withdrawn. In this example, we're going to use single, but if you're not sure what status you want to be or what status you are, you're able to click on the actual form, and depending upon your web browser, it will appear on that screen and allow you to complete it right then and there, so bear with me. Our web browser will allow that. Just simply put 1. We are now able to save it to our desktop. And we have saved it. If you want to have additional amounts taken out of your paycheck based upon certain tax planning, you're more than able to do so. You'll be able to enter that amount right there. click the add the file for the original sample W-4. You're also signing that yes, you do agree to this. We go to the next page. Same concept that we just did with the W-4. We are also going to do it for State of Virginia. We're also going to sign once again and go to the next page. We want to have emergency contacts. All right, in this particular case. Now, I filled this out, but if you did not wish to have an emergency contact, you could have simply clicked on this box. But in this example, I did that. All right. Now, we want to address how we're actually physically going to get paid. If your employer has direct deposit capabilities through their payroll vendor or how they do payroll internally, you will need to complete some material. In this example, we have direct deposit capabilities. So what we would like to do is to have that done. In order to do so, we need to complete some paperwork. And we go on through that scenario. I'm not going to complete it all, but you would complete it. Save it to your desktop. And now we are just going to enter that into the system. And it says, yes, I have reviewed, because you may not want to have direct deposit for some particular reason or another from that. Now the Section 125 form for your premium only policy. What this form is the form that you would complete if you wish to have your benefit selections taken out on a pre-tax basis. Now the benefit selections that would be subject to this, and it would be to your tax advantage, is your health insurance, dental insurance, and your vision insurance. Now you may not know if you're going to enroll on that at this time, but let's just fill that out so it's not something we have to go back to later. I'm not going to go through the process of completing it for this demonstration. I wanted to show you, just like how we did for the direct deposit, is what we would also do. All right, that in essence completed the payroll portion. Now your employer has how you wish to have your taxes filed, how you wish to receive your payment, also who to contact if there's any emergency. Okay, now you're going to go to another page. On this particular page, you are going to be greeted with information if you wish to update your personnel file, what your benefits are or will be, but we'll be able to address that when we started our benefits. Required tasks, these are tasks that are required by your employer. Also, you see a resource tab from that. You'll be able to complete and go to resources there. There also may be news and articles that your employer would have supplied that they would feel be helpful to you. And here are some additional compliance documents that you'll see that are related to your insurance benefits. But you'll also see a contact. In this example, this is the contact, Patrick Campbell. All right. Now, Paul, as the new hire, has 30 days to complete his benefits. So let's go into this first thing, because that's how most people want to look at right away. First thing they're going to do is want to start their benefits. Going to look through, verify, material is correct, name, address, put my telephone number in here. Go on to the next one. This particular, the new employee, we don't have any dependents, so we don't have to add any. But if we did have dependents, this is simply where we would click on the green button, add and fill out the material, and simply hit save. You guys want to add that. Okay. Save and continue. All right, now we're going to get into the benefit selection. So the first one that's going to come up in this particular case is their medical benefits. What you're going to see is what the cost of the plan is for how often you are paid. You are also going to see when the benefits would be affected based upon your date of hire and the company's waiting period. All right. The employee is looking at this. The first eye is probably going to say, I want to look at the $96.22 policy. You'll be able to click on the details page and see more information concerning the plan. What is the member services number? What is the plan summary? But also lays out what the benefits are. What network do I have to use? What's my deductible? What's going to be subject to the deductible, or what's not going to be subject to the deductible, as it just goes on through the policy. You're also going to see what the monthly cost is, and you're also going to see what its cost per pay period. What is the company waiting period? When would the coverage end? And what is the dependent capability? Also, you're going to have a link that will take you to the carrier's website directly, some information concerning the benefits in a more depth scenario, as well as compliance required material. All right. You have the ability to print this off if you choose to, but in this example, we are not going to do so. You look at that, saying, all right, but what's the difference in these policies? So let me compare what the benefits are. By comparing all three plan designs, you're able to compare side by side what the cost is of each plan design and the differences in regards to the deductible, are referrals required, services, but what services are not subject to the deductible in each of the plan designs. Therefore, you're able to make a more educated decision about your plan. You kind of look through that, say, all right, I've gone through this, and based upon that, I believe I want to select the plan. Now, you're also able to watch a video. Now, this video will also be in the link. So if you don't click on it now, that's fine. You always will have access to this. But this video, is, in this particular case, is an example of how to research for participating providers. All right. After reviewing that video, we selected this plan. Said, all right, we want to continue. Next one is going to take you to your dental insurance. Able to do what we just did with the medical. Able to click on more information, what is covered, what is not. We're also able to pull up a more in-depth benefit summary. We're just able to look on through what's covered, what's not. And you know what, after reviewing the plan, say, I don't want this benefit. But you're going to be asked why you do not want it. You can simply say cost, covered under another policy. You may have coverage elsewhere, such through military or strike care. But you're just going to say, no, I'm just not interested. And it's then going to automatically move you to the next screen, which is going to be your life option. Now this, well, the employer does sponsor a $25,000 worth term life insurance policy. It is no cost to you, and this is a benefit that you will be enrolled in automatically. You say, all right, I've read this. Yeah, do agree. I'm going to select the medical, the life insurance. You see it's no cost to me. I'm going to receive $25,000. And the dental I don't want. If I agree to that. All right, acknowledge and submit. Now you've elected your plan design. Now, because you are still in your new hire period, you do have the capabilities to go back in the next 30 days to make any changes to your selections. So you can go back and say, all right, everything's accurate there once again, save and continue, save and continue. You know what? I do want to change my plan selection, or I just want to verify that this was the right one. I do want to look more in depth about this benefit overview. Simply will click on that and review that material. But after doing that, you say, you know what, I'm good. Yeah, I did make the right decision. I'm happy with my selections. I'm just going to go back to my home page now. All right. But there are things that are still required. You have 5 required tasks still to complete. All right. The employer does require these. So we're going to click on them. First is going to be a welcome message from the CEO of the company. You read that. That's very nice. Next thing you know is the confidentiality agreement. You can review this. And if you have questions, please reach out to the employer. And if you feel uncomfortable signing this without talking, please skip over it. But you're fine with this? Click next. Now you also have to go over your ERISA notices and disclosures. This is a legal requirement. We are going to open it. And this ERISA notice and disclosures goes over various aspects that are available through various government programs and where you can contact if you have questions concerning these programs. So for time's sake, we're not going to go through all of them, but you're going to say, all right, I have reviewed them. Go to the next one. Exchange notice. This is the form that you receive saying, yes, I recognize that we do have a group sponsor benefit, but I may want to look at policies through healthcare.gov. This is just stating what your rights are for this situation. Go through that, all right. You've reviewed. Next. Now here is the handbook. So I'm just going through the policies, what they pertain to. You say, acknowledge I have received that handbook from that. All your required tasks are done. Now, please, obviously I went through very quickly with regards to the handbook. This is going to be a site that you are going to have access to 24/7, 365 days. Also, this site has mobile capabilities. So please recognize that you will be able to access this site and your material, whether it's on your smartphone, through an Apple product or an Android product. All right, let's just go back to the home page. So now you see you have completed it, all the required tasks, and the green bar is now been removed. But you still have 30 days if you want to review. Now, on this resources, from this, there may be information once again your employers may put on there. Here's some important links. Once again, this is where the provider video is, along those particular lines. But this just gives you some scenarios. Also, though, here are the documents that pertain to what you've uploaded and the plan designs that you have selected from that. And these were other ones that you were eligible for, but you chose not to enroll in the medical or did enroll with regards to life insurance or dental insurance. So it would go on there. Now, in this scenario, we presented certain benefits. If your employer does have other benefits, these would also be on there. If there were other requirements related to various licenses that you needed as an employee, depending upon your industry, and you need to provide documentation, you'll be able to put that in the system to have access to that. It's a very comprehensive system that is able to coordinate materials for you. But if this is what has occurred, you're done, you've completed it, your employer will be notified that you have completed the necessary requirements. If you did not complete all the requirements, your employer would also be notified that you did not complete all the necessary material, and you will receive notices from the system stating you do need to complete that information. Now, this system is meant to help simplify and streamline all this material that's needed to be gathered as a new employee. But please, always reach out to your employer if you have questions about any of the material or about the benefits themselves. As we stated, this is to help simplify and streamline, but never assume anything with regards to your benefits or what you are signing going through that. Thank you very much, and have a good day.